Hi, and welcome to Let's Bake and Cook Stuff. I'm Mary, and today I'm really excited to be sharing with you. It's a recipe that I did in my very first video 1 year ago today. This is my 1 year anniversary on YouTube. If you looked at that video, let me know. It was not great, but it was a start, and it was pretty awful. But I'm here to make up for that. Redemption 1 year later. I'm making Carnival Cruise Line's chocolate melting cake. If you've ever been on a Carnival cruise, every night they offer, I shouldn't say every night that I have been on one, they offer the chocolate melting cake. They offer several other desserts as well, but they offer the chocolate melting cake every night. And every night I don't get the chocolate melting cake, I get sad because nothing else is ever as good. They do have a creme brulee that's pretty good, but I've tried several of their other desserts and they're all really, really good, but the chocolate melting cake is always gonna be my favorite. So anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna leave the recipe below, but also I'm gonna leave you a link to the Carnival Cruise recipe on their website. They actually provide this, so you can look at theirs if you want, or you can look down in the description box. Before we get started, if you would consider subscribing to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. Or if you would leave a comment, that would be awesome. And if you would like this video, after you're done watching it, see if you like it. And then if you do, give it a thumbs up. Okay, here we go. I need to start out, we're starting out with 6 ounces of dark chocolate. And I gotta chop this up. And it doesn't have to be too fine, it's going in the microwave. So, but I wanna cut it in chunks. It'll just be easier to melt it if it's cut up. And then this, I have a confession to make. This was only 4.4 ounces, and so I put 1.6 ounces to make a full 6 ounces, so 4.4 plus 1.6. See, cooking is math, right? Anyway, these are just dark chocolate chips, and I'm sure they'll be fine. And in fact, I think in my video last year, that's what I used was dark chocolate chips. I don't even think I had dark chocolate. But anyway, and you can use semi-sweet chocolate chips. Again, I'm pretty sure that's what I did last year. I used some kind of chips. And then we need, along with this 6 ounces of dark chocolate, we need 6 ounces of butter. That's a stick and a half of butter. Okay, I'm going to melt this in the microwave. And what I'm going to do is, it's going to go in the microwave for about 30 seconds. I'm going to give it a stir, put it in for 30 more seconds, give it another stir, and keep doing that until it's all melted, and then we'll be back. Okay, one thing I wanted to share with you is you don't want to melt the chocolate all the way. See how there's still tiny bits of chocolate in there? I'm going to go ahead and just stir that until it melts, and then that way, that's a cheating way of tempering it, and tempering it is just, you want to get it to your melting point without getting it too hot. And what I wanted to say too about the chocolate, if you use really good chocolate, you're going to get a really good product, right? So, you don't want to use the cheapest stuff, but you don't have to get the most expensive stuff either. So, all right, so that's all nice and smooth. You can see that is really, really nice. Okay, I wanted to show you a close-up of this chocolate. Look at that. It is smooth. It is nice and shiny. Okay, now we're going to get started on making the cake. Now I'm going to mix together the eggs and the sugar. This is 4 large eggs. I always use large eggs unless I say something different. That's what they have in my store. I never see any other size eggs. I'm sure they have extra large eggs and medium eggs somewhere, but where I go, I only see large eggs, and I think those are the most common. Okay, now I'm adding the flour to the chocolate and butter mixture. This is 2 ounces of flour. Again, the recipe's in the description, and then also I'm leaving you a link to Carnival Cruise's recipe too. Now I'm going to add our egg and our sugar. If you've got your chocolate a little too hot, you'll cook your eggs at this point. So what you want to do is make sure your chocolate is not too hot, okay? And then, oh, there's still sugar in there. And then stir it in. Okay, here's our chocolate melting cake batter. And if you've ever had the chocolate melting cake, it's cake on the outside and it's like the goo on the inside, right? So it's really, really good. I'm going to fill each of these up. You can fill them almost full. Okay, and now just to get them in and out of the oven easily, I'm going to put these on this cookie sheet. I'm going to let these bake at 390 degrees for 14 minutes, and then we'll be back. Just a quick tip. You want to make sure that these are filled pretty much the same, just so that they bake the same. So if you have like a tiny bit in here and a little bit more in here, this one's going to get overdone, and then this is not going to go cooked enough. So you want to make sure that you have them pretty evenly. I mean, you don't have to weigh them out or anything, but you know, try to get them even. All right, we'll see you back here in 14 minutes. Let's serve up this chocolate melting cake, shall we? It is still pretty hot. It's actually very hot. They come out, if you look at them, they look almost like little mini souffles. Let me show you this. You can see that. They look like little, they were poofed up a little bit more. They've sunk down a little bit, so that's to be expected. Okay, now I'm just gonna flip it over on the plate. Perfect chocolate melting cake, just like you get on a Carnival cruise. They usually serve it with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, so that's what I'm doing here. Are you a spoon or a fork person? I like to use a spoon because I have ice cream here. But I know whenever I have birthday parties over here, people want a fork. It's like, you're eating ice cream with a fork. Okay, cool, whatever. I have lots of plastic spoons. Could you use those up? Anyway, all right, let's give this a go. There you go. You can see that beautiful meltiness in there. Oh, so good. Oh. Well, it's every bit as good as the one you get on Carnival. It's their recipe, so it makes sense, right? Okay, so even if you didn't see last year's video about how to make chocolate melting cake, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you'd like to see it, I will put it up, but it's pretty bad. But I would really like it if you would leave me a comment. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching my 1-year anniversary. You take care now.